Welcome to the Behind Reality channel. In this video, I'll be talking about the mysteries of shared dreaming. Have you ever woken up from a dream so vivid, so real, that it lingered with you all day? Now, imagine calling a friend or your partner, and before you can even say hello, they describe to you, in perfect detail, the exact same dream. The same strange landscape, the same bizarre characters, the same unfolding story. It feels impossible, like a glitch in reality itself. This rare and bewildering experience is what we call shared dreaming. Is it just a wild coincidence? A trick of the mind? Or could it be a glimpse into a deeper, more interconnected layer of our existence? Let's explore this mystery, from the cold, hard lab to the wildest edges of what we think we know about reality. First, let's acknowledge that these experiences, while rare, are reported. They often happen between people who share a deep emotional bond, twins, lifelong partners, very close siblings or friends. The details match in a way that feels too specific to be brushed off. One person might dream of walking through a specific, unfamiliar house, finding a blue vase with a crack on the third step of a spiral staircase. The other person, miles away, dreams of being in that house, anxious about that very same cracked vase. When they compare notes the next morning, the shock is profound. It doesn't feel like a coincidence. It feels like they met somewhere else while their bodies slept. From a mainstream psychological perspective, the most famous lens through which to view this is Carl Jung's theory of the collective unconscious. Jung suggested that beneath our personal unconscious filled with our own memories and repressions lies a vast shared psychic layer common to all humanity. It's a reservoir of archetypes, symbols, and potential experiences. Think of it as a shared psychological internet, a deep web of the human psyche. In this view, a shared dream might be two people, perhaps in a state of deep emotional resonance, tapping into the same symbolic content or narrative stream from this collective source. It's not that they transmitted the dream to each other, but that they both accessed the same file from a shared drive. Jung also introduced the concept of synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that have no causal relationship but seem strangely connected. A shared dream would be the ultimate synchronicity. Two minds independently constructing or encountering an identical sequence of meaningful symbols at the same time, defying statistical probability. Now, what does science have to say? The honest answer is, not much that is conclusive. Neuroscience explains dreams as a byproduct of memory consolidation, emotional processing, and random neural firing in the brainstem, interpreted by our higher brain centers. The scientific stance on shared dreaming is deeply skeptical. The primary explanation offered is, unsurprisingly, coincidence combined with confirmation bias. Our brains are pattern-making machines. With billions of people dreaming every night, statistically, some incredibly similar dreams are bound to happen. When they do, the sheer weirdness of the event makes it memorable, while we forget the millions of dreams that don't match. Furthermore, upon discussion, people may unconsciously, and with genuine belief, align their dream memories, emphasizing similarities and forgetting discrepancies. There's also the role of shared experiences and environments. Two close people have the same worries, watch the same shows, talk about the same topics. It's not shocking that their brains, working on similar problems, might generate similar thematic dreams. For science, the burden of proof is high, and reproducible evidence of shared dreaming under controlled conditions simply doesn't exist. But let's step off the well-lit path of conventional science and into the more shadowy, intriguing woods of esoteric and philosophical thought. Here, the explanations become far more radical. In many mystical and esoteric traditions, consciousness is primary, not the brain. The brain is seen as a receiver or filter for consciousness, not its source. In sleep, when the filter of waking reality weakens, our consciousness can operate on other frequencies or in other dimensions. From this viewpoint, shared dreaming is exactly what it feels like. Two consciousnesses meeting and interacting in a non-physical realm, an astral plane or dream space. They are not sharing a brain-generated story. They are having a genuine experience in a shared but non-material environment. This idea is central to practices like dream yoga in Tibetan Buddhism or certain schools of shamanism, where trained practitioners learn to navigate dream realms consciously and even seek out others. This leads us to the most mind-bending possibility of all, one that has been echoed by philosophers, mystics, and now even by some interpretations of quantum physics. The idea that our waking world is not fundamentally real. What if the shared dream isn't the exception, but a clue to the rule? Think about the nature of a dream. While you're in it, it feels utterly real. The people in it seem to have their own consciousness. The physics, while often fluid, feels consistent in the moment. You only realize it was a dream upon waking. Now, what if this waking life is just a more stable, more persistent, and collectively agreed upon dream? From the idealism of philosophers like Berkeley, to the Hindu concept of Maya, the world as illusion, to the modern simulation hypothesis, the idea recurs: reality is a mental construct. If that's true, then shared dreaming loses its paranormal label. It simply becomes an instance where the usual rigid rules of the collective dream we call reality momentarily relax, and we catch a glimpse of the underlying fluidity. In our normal waking dream, we are all incredibly tightly synchronized. We agree that the sky is blue, that gravity pulls down, and that time moves forward. This consensus is what makes it feel solid and objective. But in the sleeping dream state, that consensus frays. Personal dreams are like private servers. A shared dream, then, could be seen as a small, temporary private server that two people accidentally or through a deep psychic link log into together. It's a hiccup in the consensus, a brief moment where their subjective realities merged outside the main program. So, let's follow this thought to its staggering conclusion. If a shared night dream proves that two separate consciousnesses can inhabit the same subjective experience, then what is our entire life but a massively multiplayer shared dream? Every interaction, every relationship, every object we touch and see, all of it is a fantastically complex, continuous act of collective dreaming. The trees, the oceans, the cities, and the stars are all projections of a consciousness so vast we are merely individual nodes within it, or perhaps fragments of it dreaming itself into existence. In this view, you are not a body having a dream. You are a dream having a body. The person sitting next to you is another point of awareness within the same grand dream, and your ability to see the same room and have the same conversation is not proof of an objective world, but proof of perfect, seamless synchronization within the dream. This makes the phenomenon of shared night dreams so precious. They are like sudden, brief desynchronizations that reveal the code underneath. A crack in the matrix. They show us that the boundaries between my mind and your mind are not the solid walls we believe them to be. They are more like semi-permeable membranes in a vast ocean of shared experience. Whether you lean toward the psychological poetry of Jung's collective unconscious, the mystical idea of astral travel, or the philosophical notion that all is a dream, these experiences challenge the very core of our understanding. So, the next time you wake up from a particularly vivid dream, perhaps pause before you dismiss it. And if you ever have that heart-stopping moment of discovering someone else lived in that same dreamscape with you, don't be too quick to explain it away. That shock you feel is the vibration of a profound mystery. It's a whisper from the depths of existence, asking you a simple but world-shattering question. If we can share a dream for one night, what makes you so sure we aren't already sharing one right now? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video.